Good morning, folks. A very happy Onam to all my fellow friends in Kerala and in other parts of India and all over the world. I'm happy to do this Jupiter transit video today on this auspicious occasion. Before I could cover all the 12 Rashis, I'd like to, emphasize on what transit is about, and especially what Jupiter transit is about, and why we are kind of, giving so much of importance to Jupiter transit. Transit is nothing but movement, right? As we know, planets are constantly moving, right? It may not be visible in our naked eye, but planets are constantly moving from one rashi to another rashi, right? Jupiter takes about 1 degree to in a month to move, and which means it takes 1 year to move from one rashi to another rashi. 1 degree in a month rather. And Saturn is the slowest moving planet. It takes about 2.5 years to move from one Rashi to another Rashi, right? So planets are constantly moving. For example, let's say if I have to take a flight from one place to another place, and probably I may be transiting in a lounge, or maybe I may be transiting temporarily in a place. So these planets are posited only temporarily, right? Now the extent of the movement, whether it is fast or slow, is very important, because even if you take moon takes about 2.5 days to move from one rashi to another rashi, and moon is nothing but our mind, right? Why do we not talk about moon transit very in deep manner? Because moon is very fast in its movement, and the impact of the moon's movement in our mind remains only for a temporary period, right? Whereas Jupiter or Saturn, whenever they move from one Rashi to another Rashi, the impact that it has, or the perceivance of the experience that we have in our mind, remains for a much longer duration than the moon or any other planet, right? Now, what is Jupiter? Jupiter is the Mokshadipati. Jupiter is the Bhagyadipati, since he owns the 12th house of Kalapurusha and also the 9th house of Kalapurusha, right? And he has moved from a Simhasana Rashi, a Rashi which is the kingly sign, right? Leo is a kingly sign owned by Sun, right? Leo is a fiery sign. Leo is a fixed sign, right? And he has moved from that kind of a Rashi to Kanya Rashi, which is owned by Mercury, a highly calculative planet Mercury, and also it's a dual sign, which means it is double-minded. Also, Mercury is a very young energy, right? Gets influenced very easily, right? And Jupiter is going to stay in Kanya for the next 1 year. The transit has already happened on 11th of August, and it's already completed 1 month, right? So how is this going to be assessed? How is Jupiter transit usually assessed, right? We'll have to consider the position of Jupiter. We will have to consider the position of Saturn as well, because of the double transit impact, right? Please also note that Saturn is going to move to Dhanush Rashi towards the end of January, which is just another 4-5 months away, right? And so we'll have to look at the combination of Saturn's position, Jupiter's positions. We'll have to look at the lordship of Saturn and Jupiter in your respective chart. We'll also have to look at the Ashtaka Varga scores, the Sarva Ashtaka Varga scores and the Ashtaka Varga scores. So this is a combination. What I'm going to cover in my video is just depending upon the position of moon in your chart, right? So I'll move on to my respective assessment for every rashi, but then I request fellow friends to look at this video to get an understanding of what transit is, and accordingly take a judgment. Thank you so much.